Hello everyone, so today we will be talking about the chapter on properties, structure and bonding of materials. Okay? Now this chapter basically deals with the physical properties of different kinds of materials and the reasoning why the properties are as such based on structure and the bonding that goes on behind these different kinds of materials. So what kind of physical properties are we talking about? Namely, melting boiling point, high or low, generally like that. Okay, electrical conductivity, can conduct or cannot conduct, good conductor or bad conductor, in what kind of circumstances can it or can it not do a good job. And then lastly, this one is the one that is the easiest because they don't need reasoning for it. They just need you to know it. So this last one will be solubility of the substance in different kinds of solvents. So these are the three physical properties that they'll be looking for, and they want you to use structure of the material and the inherent bonding that goes on behind these materials that will give you the reason behind why these physical properties are as such. So what is the problem here? There's no problem, except the fact that the answers are, number one, very lengthy. Number two, they're very fixed. And then lastly, if you want to be a good, efficient student at answering these questions, then unfortunately, you'll find that creativity over here is very non-appreciated. Because unfortunately, if you look at it, the teacher's answers tend to already be, number one, the most concise, number two, the most efficient at explaining all these things. So it makes more sense if you want to spend the least amount of time and spare your hands some of the strain behind writing long answers to explain these things. It's best for you to actually adopt the teacher's answers and write it word for word. In other words, memorize. But of course, memorizing is always easier if you understand the reasoning behind it. I'm here to explain things to you, okay? So that works. But I have to tell you, unfortunately, if you try to get creative with these answers and you try to write it in your own words, you probably end up with an even longer answer. Because trust me, over so many decades, we've already seen so many different versions of the same answer. The teacher's answers are still the shortest and the most concise and the most precise. All right. So my advice to all of you is, as we go into the subsequent videos in this particular chapter, I would ask you to remember the reasoning behind and the written answers that are best for these kinds of explanations based on what the teachers and what I will be telling you. Because that way, you never have to wonder whether your answer is good enough. It always will be. And in fact, it will have all the important parts in the shortest possible sentences, and you truly appreciate it because after a while you don't have to remember anymore. It's already burned into your cells. That's the best, isn't it? So I will give you subsequent videos that will start on all these things. All right, so I'll see you in that next video where we'll start talking about these physical properties. See ya.